Hello, Econ students. So this is a tutorial on how to play the Fed Chairman game. So remember how this works. When you open up the assignment, in the assignment should be a link to this page. When you click on the link, it should take you to this page, and you get to be the chairman of the Fed. Now, remember what we learned about with the Federal Reserve and what they do. They affect interest rates and the money supply to try to stabilize the economy. Here's the most important thing, okay? When inflation is the problem, when inflation is going up and prices are getting out of control, they want to raise interest rates. Okay, so remember, when inflation is going up, you want to raise interest rates. That takes money out of the economy and it cools the economy off. When inflation is going down and unemployment is rising, in other words, when unemployment is the issue, we're in a recession, that's when the Fed puts money in the economy and it lowers interest rates. Okay, so think of if you've seen any headlines over the last few days about what the Fed has been doing. They've been putting a lot of money in the economy, which has lowered interest rates almost to zero to try to deal with the recession that's looming because of all these shutdowns that businesses are going through and everything else. Okay, so you see that playing out right before our eyes. But remember that as you play the game, inflation, if that's getting high, you want to raise interest rates. If unemployment is going up, you want to lower interest rates. So let me show you how to play. Click on the play now. And this page comes up. So here's the story. You are the Fed chair and you get 16 quarters. So you have 16 opportunities to raise or lower interest rates. And your goal, you might notice you've got this solid red line right here. This solid red line represents what inflation actually is at the moment. The goal is to have it be as close to the dotted red line as possible. Okay, so we're pretty close there, but you can also see that the trend is it's going up. The solid blue line represents where unemployment is right now. The dotted blue line represents where unemployment should be or where we want it to be. So the idea here is that at the end of the game, at the end of the 16 quarters, if your inflation is close to the target and your unemployment is close to the target, those dotted lines, you will probably be rehired and you've won the game. If you're not anywhere near that because of how you've handled the economy, then you're probably going to get fired. I'm going to show you what that looks like in just a moment. But as it is, you also definitely want to pay attention up here to this little banner that tells you what's going on in the economy. So right now it says we're facing moderate inflation. And again, you see the inflation on the uptick. So I'm going to raise interest rates because when inflation is going up, you raise interest rates. I'm going to give it 2 clicks, which raises it 0.5%, and click go. And then it's going to kind of show you what's happening. And so you see inflation is still going up. Now pay close attention again to this banner. This is telling you what's happening in the economy. And sometimes they throw you a big old curveball. There's a major recession that hits or major inflation or something like that. So kind of keep your eyes on that. That makes it a little bit tricky. But as you can see, it's still going up a little bit. So I'm going to raise rates maybe 2 more clicks to try to cool it off. And you see it's starting to taper a little bit. Okay, I might raise it 1 more click, and I'm going to try to keep playing this. I'm not going to play it all the way to the end and waste your time, but I'm going to try to play it at least until we get one of those really weird curveballs that kind of throws the economy out of whack. So again, as you can see, it's starting to come down. I might raise it 1 more click. Inflation or unemployment's starting to come up back toward its target, so that's good. Here we go. So this is a major recession. Housing market crash, household confidence falls. And now you notice what's happening. We start entering deflation. Remember, we talked about how deflation is bad for the economy. That means a recession, and unemployment is going up. When unemployment's going up because we're in recession, what do? We cut rates. Okay, I'm going to cut it by a full percentage. I gave it 4 clicks and try to go and see what happens here. House prices continue to fall. So in other words, the recession is getting worse. Okay. So we need to cut rates even more. Let's be pretty drastic here. Let's cut it. Now, in reality, the Fed would never cut interest rates 1.5% in a single decision, but let's see what happens there. Home prices bottom out. Consumers start to recover some confidence. Well, we still have yet to see it. Let's lower it by another point to 2%. See if we can start getting those lines to come back to where they should be. Okay. Notice now the unemployment line's starting to come down, so that's a good sign. We still can't see inflation. Okay, major deflation. So deflation, we want to cut interest rates more. I'm going to give it 3 clicks because this is coming down. Our unemployment's coming down. We're still waiting for that inflation to come up. Still dealing with deflation there. I'm going to cut again, and you kind of get the idea. So again, real quick summary. Inflation, this is being a booger on me. Sometimes it's just the game is rigged. You're not going to win it. You just play it again. So bottom line is, though, if you do a good job and you win the game, you're going to see a screen that says this. It says, congratulations, you've been confirmed for another term. Now, if you do this, all you need to do is either, if you're doing it on your phone, take a screenshot and upload it into the assignment that I've created, or you can take a picture of this screen and upload that into the assignment. You can do it that way. If you don't do a good job and your numbers are way off track, you're going to get this screen that says sorry, okay? And you're going to have to play again. Bottom line is you just need to win one time, okay? So play it. You might get lucky and win it on your first time. It may take some of you 5 or 6 or 7 times, who knows? But once you win, take a screenshot. That satisfies the requirement for the game, and you will get your points, and you are all done. So if you have any questions, though, send me an email or a text, and I'll be sure to answer. But hopefully you get a sense of what it looks like to be the chairman of the Fed and make some of these decisions. All right. Bye-bye.